Where's the switch?
I just realized I kind of look like a fat Pop Tropica character.
She's a red hot magazine girl, and she's living in a dream world. She's a souped-up mamacita. Oh, she's done something now. Oh, she's done something.
Greetings, dedicated fan base. Apologies right off the bat. This video is going to have a lot of internet images and clips rather than my own footage, but I think it'll be good to get into why this channel ought to exist. So, I bet you're wondering, why make reviews of strange locations on a lesser-known website? I mean, doesn't that bring a level of formality that no one is asking for? Doesn't that ruin the fun of stumbling upon a cool spot to explore? And to that I say, if Geography King can get 40,000 views on a video comparing Kansas City to Philadelphia, then I can do whatever the hell I want. I mean, boy, thanks, Geo King. I've always wondered what is better, Kansas City or Philadelphia? Who has the faster commute times? Who has the better economy? I've got to know. Naturally, I mean no actual disparagement to Geo King. I love his videos. I've watched his rankings of license plates multiple times. And I love it when he takes a break from ranking something like America's busiest ports to talk about something that seems like a bit more of a hot topic. But anyway, Atlas Obscura is probably my favorite website. It's perfect if you're looking for something new and unusual to do on a Saturday with no plans whatsoever. It highlights the locales that you would never see in a travel guide. It's the local, non-touristy spots. It's urban exploring without all the sketchiness. Honestly, for many places, if you told a local where you were going, they might not know what the hell you're talking about. And then you'd be asked politely, yet firmly, to leave. It shines at giving you the places that no one you know has been to, until it doesn't. Okay, so those are extreme examples, but the website can be hit or miss. Many places are true hidden gems that give you an experience you won't forget. Many are cool and fun for a few minutes, and the journey to find them is what is the real draw. But some are a bust, being either boring or that city or town's equivalent of Disneyland. Some guidance from previous traveler would be helpful. Is that okay? Can I make my silly little videos? Also, I'm seeing more corporate influence on the website than I used to. Lincoln Motors has an Atlas Obscura collection now, and Delta Flights have a feature on the little seatback screen. Also, this just seems a little suspicious to me. Almost every video from the past year on Atlas Obscura's YouTube channel has been a location in the state of Texas. So I think there's legitimate concern that it could transform into just another platform for advertising. So to illustrate the issues with the site, we're going to go through the Obscura entries for 3 cities: Colorado Springs, Colorado, Fort Worth, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. The point is best proved for mid-sized cities with fewer than 20 entries. Of those entries, 2 to 3 are going to be worth going out of your way from. Maybe 4 to 5 are going to be worth it if it's on the way, or if you have some niche interest. And some of them are going to be best to avoid if you're looking for what qualifies as an adventure. Colorado Springs, which lies about an hour south of Denver, is a city of about 700,000 people. It's home to some unexpected national landmarks like the U.S. Air Force Academy, the Olympic Training Center, and Pikes Peak, which was originally known to the Ute people as Tova, Mountain of the Sun. But now it's America's Mountain. I don't know, when it comes to naming things, I'm generally for whatever name sounds cooler. I summited Tava. Sounds a lot cooler than I drove up Pikes Peak. But enough of the context building, let's look at the Atlas Obscura entries for Colorado Springs. I'm also going to include the town and or suburb of Manitou Springs since, it's right there. First up, we've got Garden of the Gods. Cool spot, yes, very pretty and fun to walk around. If you made a list of the best city parks in the world, it would belong up there with Central Park and Grant Park, but it's the first thing that comes up when you Google Colorado Springs. It's in all the photos. It's the front page of the city's website. It's the most iconic spot in the city. If you went there on a warm Saturday, you'd be surrounded by throngs of people. It's the very opposite of obscure. Then you have a military location that is 100% closed off to the public, and a busy hiking trail, albeit the closed off tunnels there are fairly interesting, but it's certainly not off the beaten path. Compare these three spots with entries like a cute little shop called Novus Mortem, Latin for they know death, that specializes in selling dead bugs in jars, or an art exhibit of a tiny town where you can walk through like Gulliver to the Lilliputians. Over in Manitou, you could choose between the Cliff Dwellings with its 8,000 reviews, or a spot for graffitos under a bridge with a waterfall. Ultimately, for those looking for an unusual or at least non-touristy experience in Colorado Springs, it might end up a coin flip, unless they have the help of an accredited Atlas Obscura reviewer like myself. I find Fort Worth's page particularly instructive. Let's look first at the Stockyards and Billy Bob's. See, the Stockyards are essentially Fort Worth's version of Broadway Street in Nashville. Several enormous bars in a close vicinity with little vehicle traffic. Yes, there's a little more history associated with the Stockyards, or at least readily accessible. See their daily cattle drive, but this could be as short as a 5-minute affair. And it comes with large crowds, expensive retail stores, and the enemy of all free peoples, paid parking. Don't get me wrong, it can be a lot of fun to walk around, but ultimately it's Fort Worth's largest tourist attraction. It's the very last place to go if you're trying to do something different than what other people do in Fort Worth. Then you've got your middle of the road locations. The Fort Worth Water Gardens, yes, very intriguing to look at, but you're gonna see influencers there. Not to mention, it's in the middle of downtown. The world's second longest burning light bulb? Props for the ability to determine that honor, but guess what? It's in the Stockyards. Then there's the actually true, weird, unlisted places to visit, like Lee Harvey Oswald's grave. It's definitely a macabre spot, and imagine standing there and reflecting on who's underneath you. Everyone! No, Gary, there's just one guy down there. Lastly, we've got Dayton, Ohio. Oh, Dayton, you are a supremely underrated city, but you are missing a big opportunity for your city marketing. Call me when you're ready to talk. These entries are egregious. We'll start with the National Museum of the Air Force. This is like if you visited DC and someone said, you know what, you should visit the Lincoln Memorial. Seriously, as soon as you step off the plane in Dayton, you're gonna see an ad for the Air Force Museum. Again, cool place, but it's not obscure at all. And then 3 of the 6 other locations are just exhibits at that museum. I'll be kind enough to call those middle-of-the-road articles. Luckily, there's one entry for a statue of a boy and his dog in a cemetery that kind of saves the whole city. I get that I'm kind of starting to sound like Geography King talk about state capitals where he praises it and then like one random criteria destroys it. But what are you going to do? So ultimately, there's some wheat chaff separation required with using Atlas Obscura. To do that, I'll visit as many places as I can and review them. I'll give the history, my experience there, how to get to it, and eventually a ranking of my visit. My rating system, to recap, is complex. A place on Atlas Obscura is rated either avoid at all costs, go if it's on the way, go out of your way, or make it your destination. Hopefully, this will help the 8 other people using Atlas Obscura to make educated decisions on where to spend their time. Watch out, corporate America. This animated video essayist won't stand for your corruption. And remember, everything is cool as long as you go there cool. I'll see you next time. Okay, so you know that little glitch I have every time I move? See, up there it happened. I got just a little bit bigger when I changed position. Yep, see, let me show you a couple times. Yeah, you notice that? That's real annoying. I'm gonna fix that. I swear, I'm working on it. I know what the problem is. We're gonna get rid of it.